Hello. It's that time to do an April currently inked. I started to run out of room down here, and that's going to bother me. So just off the bat, one thing I'm going to do a little bit differently is instead of the last couple months, I've done a mid-month review, and I've talked about kind of how the pens and inks are writing, how I'm enjoying it, so on and so forth. I'm going to do things a little bit differently this month, and so I purposely chose a page that doesn't have any bleed through or anything else right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment on how the ink and pen combination is on the first day that I use it, and then on the third day, and then at the end of the month. And so towards the end of April, I will do a review of my pen and ink combinations and my thoughts before doing my May currently inked. So hopefully that's valuable. Hopefully you enjoy that. The other thing that I'm thinking about doing a little bit differently this month is using a pen and ink, I guess until completion. Just using it for my daily writing, for my planning, for my journaling, my memory keeping, my until that pen is no longer inked up. I might change my mind, but that's how I'm going into this month. So the first pen that I am going to use for this, or the first pen that I inked up for April, is the Narwhal or Navalar. It still has the old Narwhal labeling on it. And this is a collaboration with Galen Leather Co. It is the Rose Gold Demonstrator. So let me just do a little box. Now this particular pen and ink, I just had to chuckle because, sorry, I'm gonna have a hard time talking, writing at the same time. The ink is also a collaboration. So this is Narwhal and Galen Leather. And this is a fine nib, and this is inked up with Ferris wheel press. And Atlas Stationers. And this is Atlas Iron Ore. It does have a shimmer. It is a beautiful ink, but I figure one of the other I figured, and this is going to lead me into one of the other things that I was reflecting on this past month is when I'm using the larger ink capacity pens like that one, like Twisby, it's taking me a few months to get through them. And so it kind of hit me that I should choose, oh, I love this. I should choose maybe an ink that I would want to use for a couple months at a time, maybe a gray, maybe a black, maybe a blue, something that could be an everyday writer to go into that pen, which is why I chose that ink. This also might be, I haven't decided yet, which I need to decide now, but this might be my 5-year journal pen and ink. But I have another one that I'm thinking, I'm going back and forth, and I'll talk about it when I get there. Oh, look at that ink, that's so pretty. All right, so this is the Pelikan Sovereign M400. This has an extra fine, very juicy nib, which is why I wanted this ink in it. It is a Van Diemen's ink, and it is the Tiger snake. So I used a Van Diemen's ink in my Laban Rosa lilac, and it really was my first experience with an ink that I would call a dry ink. And so where this is such a wet writer, I wanted to put a Van Diemen's ink in it. And this ink just, I mean, it matches. Look at that. So you'll also see as I go through my choices for this month, there's not really a color palette or a color theme. I just had some pens that I really wanted to write with. And I had some inks that I really wanted to write with. And that's basically it. So this is one of those pens that I really wanted to write with. So it is a Pilot E95S, and it is an extra fine nib. This colorway is called the Burgundy. So if you're looking for it, it's a Burgundy. And it's inked up with Robert Oster Polar Vortex. And this is a Atlas Stationers exclusive. So I'm intrigued. There's some feathering on this paper. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. When I did my notes on Hobonichi Tomoe River paper, there was not feathering, so I'm intrigued. Anyway, this was another pen that I really was dying to write with this month. This was my first Golden Nib pen. This was really my first fountain pen investment. Prior to this, I had used a Pilot Preppy and a Pilot Metropolitan. I may have gotten a Lamy Vista before this one, but I would say really this was my first fountain pen love. So this is I call it a Stormtrooper, and I think I got that, I shouldn't say I think I got the Stormtrooper label from maybe Goulet. So this is a Pilot Vanishing Point in extra fine. I did have this nib worked on at a pen show, and so it's a little scratchier, and I prefer it that way. And this is Diamine Ink Vent, I believe from 2021, and this is Triple Chocolate. So as you can see, there's no rhyme or reason to this color palette. Just things that I wanted to write with. All right, the next one I'm going to continue writing with the Laban Rosa in Lilac. I love the writing experience of this pen. I don't love the stress that I originally had with it. And I don't love that I feel like I'm constantly worried that it's broken. But at the end of the day, I love writing with it. I like how my handwriting looks when I use it. It's a smooth, buttery writing experience. So I'm continuing. I re-inked it up. I did a fresh fill with Pilot Iroshizuku Kirisami. So that is the Laban Rosa. And I had someone comment that they didn't like that it had the silver band with the gold trim. And it didn't even, I didn't really even notice that, but yeah, it is a lighter color on the band than it is on the clip. I don't mind it, but that's me. And some other pens that I'm going to continue with for this month. So I just have to adjust a little bit. There we go. Is my new, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Sailor Mano Nuts. And this is in a medium fine. And I don't know that people who watch my Currently Inked necessarily watch my other videos, but this pen I was able to purchase because I did some gambling and I won some money. So I'm continuing having it inked up with the ink that it came with. And I actually did another ink sample with this ink, and it has some, well, it definitely has a red sheen, a deep red sheen, but when it pools, it's almost a little blue in the pooling area. Also, who doesn't love a Sailor Mano? Haha. So beautiful. Anyway, so we have Sailor Mano Shirikashi. Some other inks that I will continue with this month. And at some point I may, if I do continue to use these pens as I intend to, I may stop putting them on my Currently Inked. Let me know if you want me to, if you have a strong opinion. So this is the Pilot Firmo with a fine nib. It is in a really deep green color, and it's inked up with Birmingham Pen Company Burnt Walnut. Love this pen. And here's my other one that is a repeat. I think this has been, I should look. It's definitely been inked up since January. So we're going into the 4th month. I'm trying to remember when I got this ink. I think it was the end of December that I got it. All right, so this is the Twisby Diamond 580 with a extra fine nib. This also has a Birmingham Pen Company ink. And I'm inclined to continue showing these repeat pen and ink pairings because people enter into this hobby and they stumble upon videos, and I can't assume all of the viewers are the same, right? Maybe. We'll see. All right, and then ooh, is this the first time that I've put these two together? Yes, it is. Sorry, I'm just having a moment. This is the Kovacco Student 1970s Soul. And this has a fine nib. And this is inked up with Diamine Ink Vent 20. Yep, that I think, sorry, the triple chocolate, I actually think that's 2020. If somebody knows, can you let me know? I had the Diamine 2021 ink vent. That's the only one I've ever had. I watched all the videos for 2022 and I saw all the swatches, and there's a couple that are on my wish list. And I believe the triple chocolate is from 2020. I will fix that in a moment. So this one is called Storm. Now, my moment that I just had of having these two inks side by side is that these are the inks that match my friend's wedding colors. And so I got this one. It was a perfect match. I had the bride pick out from my blues, which I got a bunch of samples and things like that, but the bride picked out Storm, so I got a bottle of that, and I will be doing all of my wedding notes and planning and addressing the envelopes and all the things with these two inks. Let me change this into a 0. There we go. Easy peasy. Okay, now full disclosure, I do have a few pens that I inked up throughout the month of March that haven't gotten emptied out completely. So one of them is the TWSBI Eco Glow Green with Ackerman 28 Half Quartier Grow-In or Green. Another is the Mahjong M2 with Robert Oster River of Fire. But you can see with both of them, they're pretty close to being done. I have a little bit of, this is a Jinhao 82, and I have a little bit of Waringal, I believe it's called Dewy. Just looking so that I don't fib. Yeah, Dewy Starlight is what this one is called. So I have a little bit left in this one. And then this one, actually, you know what? This one I probably should add to my currently inked. I'm gonna add it. So this is Jinhao Classic in the blue-green colorway with an extra fine nib. And it is inked up with Iroshizuku Konpeki. Now, everyone loves Konpeki. It is a little bit too bold and bright for my taste, but I wanted to put a Pilot Iroshizuku ink in this. It is a very extra fine nib. It is a dry writer. And yeah, so I haven't written with this very much in March since I got it. I would like to write with it more, which is why I am adding it to my currently inked. That's going to kind of push me to use this a little bit more. So it is now on there, which means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pens inked up. However, 3 of them are constant pens. So really, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could have just done math, but I wanted to count them. So I have 7 pens that I am going to really enjoy, hopefully, the process of writing with them and getting to know them with that particular ink. And I look forward to connecting with you towards the end of the month, likely in the last week of April, if I use my plan of writing until the ink is out. and then I will have some notes here and I'll go over that. Now I mentioned that I'm probably going to use the Narwhal with Atlas iron ore for my 5-year. My other thought was to use the Pilot Vanishing Point with triple chocolate, because I really want to explore using a brown and getting a little bit more comfortable with that color. So that's my other thought. I keep going back to the Atlas iron ore though, so it's probably going to be what I land on. However, I will keep you posted. So thank you for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. I will be doing a giveaway, and it likely will be in my next video. So what I'm waiting on is I'm going to put together a Google form, and to enter the giveaway, you'll need to be subscribed and fill out the Google form. And so once I put together that form, then I will announce what the giveaway winner will win. And I'm excited about it. So thank you very much. I am going to call it a day. Bye.